Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to the very center of Moscow. Welcome to the first snowy day of December. And I thought we'd go for a little walk around the center of Moscow and show you what everybody does when it starts snowing here. And I think it might be interesting for everybody. In front of us here is the world famous Bolshoi Theater, and they have a lot of decoration set up. This was all turned on about 2 days ago, and pretty much everybody's come out today because today it snowed all day, and now everywhere is white and beautiful, and there's lots of very nice decorations. There's Christmas trees set up everywhere, and we want to walk off in the distance. You can just see the Kremlin off in the distance and Red Square, and we're going to head off in this direction. You can see even from this first intersection how many people are about. I've just come out of the metro, which is about 2 minutes from here. I intentionally came as close as possible to the center. Let's cross the road and quickly get to the other side. Gradually over the month of December, I'm going to do quite a few different walks and different parts of Moscow to show the decorations and trees and everything set up. And literally in every main square there's some kind of a holiday decoration. But once the snow falls, it just becomes that much more beautiful. And regardless of the traffic and the weather and how cold it is, it's still so nice to walk here in the center. If you're watching the channel for the first time, I'm an Australian who lives here in Moscow. I live about 50 kilometers from the center of Moscow where we're standing. So I took some public transport into the city. And once you're here in the center, it's very easy to walk around. I make lots of videos about normal everyday life here in Russia and Moscow region where I live. So I hope you enjoy the channel and these videos that are already on the channel and future videos coming soon. In the very center of Moscow, there is actually a few different markets that are set up. This one we're looking at here is actually year-round and permanently in this part of the center. And this merry-go-round is completely free. The only thing you gotta do is brave the line, which generally goes pretty quick. All the kids want to go on this, and this is completely free. I was literally walking here 3 days ago in this exact same spot, and there wasn't a snowflake on the ground. And because it snowed the entire day today, it's stuck. Also, the temperature is cold enough now that it's not going to melt, and it's going to stay on the ground. I do have a very interesting question for everybody. Does that say 2925 and not 2025? Someone needs to let me know in the comments if you're reading 2925, because they've got quite a lot of years wrong if that's the case. This is also one of the hundreds of ice rinks that they've set up around Moscow, and they do put them out in the regions as well. This one is actually free. You can bring your own skates and you don't have to pay a single ruble to do it. If you do want to rent skates, there is a fee, which is not a whole lot. Then if you want these little ride-on things as well. But this is not Red Square, it's only a few minutes away. But this is the secret free ice skating rink. The only main difference is they don't clear the snow and the ice like they do on the one in Red Square. However, if you want that authentic feeling, this is it right here. The other very interesting thing with this ice rink right here is I feel like they switch on snow machines, and it's a different feeling when you're right here by the ice rink versus when you're walking on the street. And you can see the way they've got the lights positioned and the snow falling. It's as though they're switched on a machine for a few hours to give us that holiday feeling. if you're wondering what Muscovites do on a Saturday evening, they come into the city and walk around and get into that holiday mood, especially after the snow has been falling all day. You want to get on your winter coat, get your gloves and hat, and enjoy this white snow everywhere. There will actually be another holiday market here on the right hand side. They've not quite got that one ready and open. But just have a look at the crowds as we get up to Red Square. Up on the left hand side, you can see the State Historical Museum directly in front of us. Very distinct red brick building. And they're not going to be able to clear the snow as it's been falling all day. They'll catch up eventually. So a minute, I want to stand right here, and you can see off in the background the gates going up to Red Square. And apparently a famous American journalist was here only a couple of days ago, standing exactly in this spot, making a video, an announcement that he was going to come and interview one of the Russian politicians. And I'm pretty much standing exactly where he was, give or take a few meters. So if you saw that clip on the news recently, this is exactly where he stood. I think from this angle you should be able to get a good idea of the amount of people walking up and down this walkway towards Red Square. There is definitely a lot more people here than there was a few days ago or last weekend. And regardless of the cold weather, people still come out. It's around about -5°C. So it's just nice where it's comfortable, where you're not freezing. And you can see a gentleman here with a coffee in his hand. Everyone's more than rugged up and prepared for a few hours walking in Moscow. Looking back from here, this is the Four Seasons Hotel. And I think I watched 10 videos in the last couple of days saying that Tucker Carlson was staying in this hotel. So whether he was or not, I'm not sure. There is actually about 5 hotels within a few minutes of where he was filming. So if he's still here, maybe he's looking out the window and waving to us. Welcome everybody to Red Square. The Kremlin is off on the right, just a little bit further up. The bright lights ahead of us is GUM department store. And then we can just see the lights for the holiday markets. They also put very bright floodlights on the square this time of year as well. So it does seem brighter than normal. You can see just from the sky how the lights make the square just seem that bit brighter. And how many people are out and about and just going for a walk. They won't be going to shopping malls, they won't be going to stores, perhaps to a cafe or somewhere to eat. Everybody comes out with family and just goes walking on this first snowy day of December. And we've been waiting, and everybody is just so happy that it's snowing and it's cold and it feels like Russia, because the last couple of weeks it's been unseasonably very warm and it didn't feel like Moscow at all. We can see the Kazan Cathedral here on the left, and then the very well-known pedestrian walkway that leads down towards the children's shopping mall. I have done many videos in this part of the center of Moscow before, and just have a look at how many people are around. And I'm fairly sure everybody's got the same photo from last year, but they want another one. The little dog right here with his jacket on. We want to get down to see the ice rink and the tree. Let's see if we can get over there and brave the crowds. this is what we've all come to see. The market in the very center of Red Square, and then the ice skating rink. And there is actually a viewing area on this right-hand side where I am. And then the actual area where you actually go skating is on the opposite side. And it's interesting that for everyone that lives in Moscow, we see this every year. But we all want to come out on this first or second day of December and brave the weather and see everybody skating and enjoying themselves. How beautiful. The snow's falling. It adds to the feeling, I really think so. And I'm still curious if they got snow machines somewhere up on the top of the buildings. Because I always think that there's more snow here than there is when you're walking around the other streets. Looks like we've had a tumble. And this rink, you can come and skate by the hour. And depending on the time of day, if you come midweek before lunchtime, it's free. But any other time, there's a small fee. You can bring your own skates with you, or you can rent them for a very reasonable price. Let's walk on through. They have some nice music playing. They've always got these Russian fairy tale type music. And then there's little shops serving some hot drinks and snacks. And I think that's the thing to do as the lights come on. Everybody wants to get coffee, and there's some different juice drinks that are from berries. Wow. I've been here a lot of times and it doesn't get old walking through here, no matter how many times you do it. That first time, of course, is extra special. And I think this first snowy day of the winter is also that special day that you need to come and do this walkthrough as well. As the snow falls, we can see the tree here right by the shopping centre. And the music plays just that little bit loud, but it's completely fine. And all the ladies want their photographs. They need to update their Instagram and Tinder profiles and make sure they've got the new photo of the year. And all the kids wish they were out skating. The only disappointing thing for everybody, I can't skate. I've tried a few times and I'm just not that good at it. And I would really not want to embarrass myself on Red Square thinking that I can skate when I can't. You can see the other thing that people bring out in winter is the ice buggies are right here. So the prams with the sleds on the bottom, which is really handy, especially for weather like this. Lots of people around. So I am very curious for everybody who's watching. Have you been to Moscow before? Have you been here in December or January during the holidays? Of course, most people celebrate New Year in Russia, not necessarily the holiday on December 24 and 25. So it's a little bit different, the holiday when it runs in January compared to December. And then we get to see our first look at the holiday markets. I decided not to come on the opening day a couple of days back. I wanted to wait for it to be snowing and cold, because it just gives you that extra Christmassy feeling, I think. If you're wondering how much snow has been falling since I've been filming, you can see on my jacket and my hat. It's really nice though. It's just at a temperature where it's very comfortable to walk around. Everybody has extra jackets on, extra layers of clothes. Nobody's coming out underdressed for this weather. Russians know how to dress and dress appropriately. So walking around like this is really nothing, and it's going to get even colder. It'll get down to about -15 or -20 at some point later in the month, and then into January. The only thing, when you come on a day like today, there's obviously thousands of people, and it's not as easy to film because you have to realize that everybody else is coming for the exact same reason as you are, to come and see Red Square and come and experience what it's like on the market days. Now, all of the rides that you see here are ticketed rides, so you've got to pay to go on them. It's not that expensive, but you could definitely do this one for free. Only a 5-minute walk from where I'm standing. But you've got to sometimes experience it in the middle of Red Square, I think. Most of the different stands have hot drinks or cakes. It says there, the taste of childhood, which is nice. And then warming drinks. Interestingly, they've actually got it in Russian and English, because of course lots of tourists come here and want to experience the same thing as everybody like myself who live locally in Moscow. Have a look at all the people. Of course, lots of people stopping for drinks and something to eat. No worries at all. There's another sled here. It's really not possible to use prams once the snow starts falling, so these are ideal for the weather like this. There's also some small shops as well, with lots of Russian souvenirs. I think most people already own hats, but you've got to come and try one on in Red Square, I think. I want to show this other ride off in the distance here because it's really neat. I'm not sure if they're selling Christmas trees yet. Perhaps they are somewhere. There's an even longer line here for the tea and coffee and hot drinks. Is this the ideal way to spend a Saturday? I think definitely walking in the weather like this is a great thing. And everybody enjoying themselves. We're secretly loving it and not liking it at the same time. I think some of the ladies probably wish they were at home under a blanket watching a movie on a Saturday night. But why not come out to Moscow? What do they have here? More drinks, lots of different fruit teas and Christmas drinks. I like how they literally say that on the advertisement. There's even a gentleman here with a barbecue with sausages. Man, it just makes me hungry looking at it. Shashlik sausages on a cold day. There's also lots of different places where you can stop for photos and family pictures at the same time. Just have a look at that background with all the lights and the tree. Absolutely beautiful. And I think everybody at least once has to come for this walk in Red Square. Of course, you can come tomorrow night or Wednesday night. But this first snowy day of December just makes it feel just that bit more special. All the people walking around. There would have to be hundreds of thousands of people who have made it to the center of Moscow today. Only one person riding the teacups. Maybe it's not a favorite ride today. This is the ride I wanted to show everybody, and I think I'll end up showing it a few times as I walk around. This is right on the corner of the holiday markets, and you can see Spassky Tower just off behind and the walls of the Kremlin, and everybody having a great time, young and old. This is really cool. I need to go on this at one point myself. I don't think I could do it with the camera, but I'm gonna have to ride this. Everybody enjoying it, even though we're not on it. But so fun. I'm sure it's a lot scarier riding it than standing down here, because you feel like you're literally riding it on the edge of the Red Square pavement. Wow. Sometimes you don't have a lot of words to say. Just enjoy it as the snow's falling and the temperature's nice and cold. Beautiful. Because of the way they've got the lighting, you can't quite see St. Basil's Cathedral off behind this bright light right here, because they want to light up the square, of course. But it's really quite an amazing setting. This snow doesn't seem real. After a few weeks of teasing us with snow, it's finally started falling in Moscow, and I'm pretty sure most of Moscow region's got snowfall today. So everyone's out and happy and smiling. I just want to pan the camera around for a second, and I want everybody to let me know who is the tourist as I pan the camera around. And just see if you can spot the tourist amongst all of us locals here. Now I'm going to get a little bit closer so I can give it away a little bit for you. And of course the snow's falling. It's -5 or 7 degrees. Can you spot the tourist? Now it's always a little bit hard, but if you can tell who it is, let me know in the comments. So, despite the weather, which is completely nice and everyone's happy, there's one person with an umbrella, and there's no need for it really. I mean, it's not going to do any good. Maybe it's protecting you from a little bit of snowfall, I'm not sure. But not a single person in all of Red Square here has an umbrella except one person. So, what's going on? I thought it's meant to be girls getting photos taken. The guys want their photos taken. I did promise myself that I wasn't going to make a long video, and I will wrap it up fairly soon, because I want to come back a few times and make more videos just like this around the center of Moscow. And generally my videos are 30 or 40 minutes. I think most people who are long-time viewers of the channel will realize that. And, and I'm trying to make the videos shorter, but there's so many things that I want to show and get in the videos as I walk around. I'm not sure where I ended that last clip just then. However, I just met a subscriber who had met me quite a lot of months ago and took a photo with me, and he recognized me again here in the middle of Red Square. There is thousands of people here, and he came up to me to say hello, and it seems like I'm very popular today. There's lots of people taking photos and videos, but if you do see me out and about in Moscow, stop and say hello, stop for a photo, and it's just so nice to see people that recognize me. I'm going to save walking around other parts of Moscow for another video. And even the amount of people on the main part of Red Square is quite a lot for a Saturday evening. I wonder if everybody waited till today, till the snow was falling, to come out, because literally a few days ago there wasn't any snow here at all. It just felt like a cold winter's day. As I slowly make my way out of Red Square and head on home, I'm a little bit hungry and a little bit tired. I was in Moscow for a few other events today, but I had to come here tonight to see this and feel it and experience the first snow day in Moscow. Of course, winter lasts till March or even April, so there'll be a lot more videos other than this one. But I hope it gave you a good idea and a feeling of what the mood is like here in Moscow, as people literally are coming and going. Lots of people will pass through Red Square to go to other parts of the center. It's actually a nice walk through to another park or to another part of Moscow from here. This is actually the side where the ice skating is, and there's actually these warm rooms that they've set up so you can go in there and prepare to go out on your skating session. They're 1 hour increments, and then they actually also stop and clear the ice rink as well. They've got those ride-on machines like they've got at the ice skating. So it's nice and organized. What a beautiful sight. And just the amount of people that are out today as we look back towards St. Basil's Cathedral and the holiday markets. So I really hope you have enjoyed the video. I'm not sure how long it is. I did start over at the Bolshoi Theatre. I will be making lots more videos similar to this and in different parts of Moscow. So stay tuned to the channel. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, post a comment, let me know what you think. Now this is not even the true holidays which will come in January. This is just a December day, basically. If you'd like to follow me on Telegram, my link to the channel is right here, somewhere here. And if you want to see an old video on the channel, I'll put one for you right here to watch. Hopefully it's something you've not seen before, and you can keep traveling with Russell. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.